Yeah. Okay. So
I remember this one.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe that tree in the middle is gone now.
Wait, the Y tree?
Yeah,
Oh, I hate
I think
whenever
so.
courses have trees fall. It makes me so sad.
Well, I don't think it was. Yeah, I think it fell. If I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
yeah, that changes that hole up a lot.
Yeah, I mean that tree looks like it's obviously been dead for 432 years, so it was probably time for it to go anyway. But I could be wrong.
Uh,
Maybe it was just one. I know I saw a picture that someone had put up somewhere, and this hole looked different. Or maybe it might have been when we walked up there at that park that day. I took the family up, and we were just kind of walking around, and maybe that's how I saw it. But I do remember this hole looked quite a bit different. I can't tell what I got in my hand. It looks like maybe probably honestly a Kotaku would be my guess is what's in my hand, or a Kia.
what's the distance on this?
It's 244.
Okay.
So honestly, it's lefty hyzer or righty hyzer. It looks like the lefty's got a little wider to go just because those lower hanging branches there. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a fun hole. Um, it's one of those where the distance it plays shorter than what it looks, honestly. Because I remember going long. If I'm not mistaken, I think I went long on this hole and was like, "How did I do that with a mid range?" You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like I could be wrong on the disc. I can't really tell what's in my hand there, but it's a fun hole. There is that stuff on the left over there. If you turn it over, or if like a righty goes with something that pushes all the way over to the left side,
Mm-hmm.
it's tricky there. And if you go way deep of it, because they have that like
And
natural grass area there.
oh, okay. Does that fairway slightly slope to the left? Just a tad? Like
I
into that brush stuff?
maybe potentially, yeah. I know it definitely slopes down,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense as far as like going long on it and not thinking I would. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure about left. Maybe a little bit.
I'm gonna say because sometimes I look at that shot too, and it would make me potentially throw a forehand at it rather than
Mhm.
a spike hyzer. Because if you get the spike hyzer wrong and you land on that downslope, you're gonna go another 30 feet further. So I would probably be going something like either the yarn or like a Kia forehand or something. But now that that tree's gone, I mean, that makes
Mhm.
that shot a whole lot more simple because then you don't really have to hang it out as left as far. You can throw like a flatter forehand
Mhm.
at it that just barely moves to the left for a minute and then comes out flat. So you don't have to worry about any edge or anything.
Yeah.
So I'd probably, now it'll probably be a forehand no matter what because of that tree being gone, just because it's
Yeah.
the biggest gap.
Like I said, if it is, I think I remember seeing that. I could be wrong. It could be that one side of it's gone. You know what I mean?
Oh, like yeah,
And
like
the
a part
other,
of it broke off.
yeah. I just remember that hole looked different, and it could have even been something behind it. But I don't know if there was anything behind it or not. But Jeffrey says Talkapoo again. Yeah, I mean that's a great one for this one, I believe. You throwing is Jeffrey's right-handed? Josh, do you know?
I believe he is. I believe
Yeah,
so.
sure he'll tell us here. Let's see.
What team?
73rd Ace was a floppy destroyer.
A floppy destroyer?
Oh, he
Or is
changed it.
that a
Said
flippy?
flippy. Yeah,
I was
he
gonna
put
say, is it gonna
flippy.
be flippy? I was like, I've
I
never
was
heard
like, what kind
of
of
floppy.
what is it? Like a beat in, like a 22-year-old pro destroyer or something?
And Jeffrey is right hand. So
Okay, so yeah, I can see the Takapoo working for that also, and the Takapoo, depending on which one you got, some of them get a little bit of flip, so that would help
hmm
it get that push down the hill as well rather.
to me, it's going to depend. If I was going the right hand backhand, it would depend on what the wind's doing that day.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm going wide on holes, sometimes if there's any wind at all, I generally just go over stable,
Mm-hmm.
just so there's not a chance that it flips over. Because I like the Takapoo, but sometimes if I throw it just a little bit like off axis torque or something, it will flip up for me,
Yeah.
and then it'll drift to the right for a bit. So I would probably just go ahead and disc up and just either power down on something wide. But like I said, I'm more than likely going forehand at it now. So
Yeah, I
it's just a
understand that.
bigger gap.
It's a fun hole. Once again, it's kind of like the hole 3 situation. No, I'm sorry, hole 2, where it's like it's fun, but it's not like you're not going to be calling anybody and telling them to come play this course for that hole in particular.
I think it's cooler whenever there is a feature on the hole like that, where that branchy tree's there, but that's not going to help it right now if that tree is in fact gone.
True. I mean, I feel like if that tree's gone, I feel like we could go Tui or Pewauk if that tree's gone and just go straight down the middle. I really hope it's not. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe I just dreamed that. It's a horrible dream. 20-year-old
like
disc.
Borden.
Yeah, I've heard.
Like Borden, everything's gone. So
yeah, I've heard. I'm not excited about that. I love that course. It's just fun. I
wasn't excited either.
Wow, look at this. Master of Disc Golf says 20-year-old disc, 8 aces with it. That's impressive.
Get some.
Get some. That's incredible. But it's 20-year-old disc. Has it been in your bag for 20 years? Because that's the difference. If he's got 20 years of play with it, he's probably he said
he started playing in 2005, right?
Yeah.
Probably is 20 years old.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that sounds crazy.
Probably is.
Way to make us feel old, man. All right, so I don't really have any other additional comments about hole 5. I mean, it's a great, like when I'll say this just to end the hole 5 discussion. I know when I first started playing, I liked playing different courses, and this is one that I played a long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. This hole because I guess for me, the distance at that time, even as a beginner at 244 and downhill, like, you know what I mean? It makes you feel good just starting out. So I feel like it's a good hole for, honestly, it's probably harder for higher level players just simply because of distance control.
Yeah. I mean, that is one thing. It gets hard sometimes is whenever you get used to playing either extremely hard courses or long courses, is like you get thrown into this like short game to where it's like you see people not super comfortable with it. Me, I stay kind of comfortable with it because it's about the only practice I do. I go out in my yard and I throw like 100 and 150 foot shots all the time, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So I just throw putters all the time. So generally, I'm not too uncomfortable with it, but I see people that are I'm starting to experience getting uncomfortable in the open now.
Oh, okay.
Because I play the ridge like so much now. I love being in the woods. I get out in the open and I'm like, I don't even know what I want to throw here. Because it's so open and there's so many selections. And then if it's windy, it just starts throwing me off. So
I just saw this comment while I was taking a drink of water. This disc is invited to Thanksgiving dinner. That is amazing. With that,
take just now.
Yeah,
go spit take.
We about lost the live feed because I just spit on my computer. All right, let's go find the hole.
You can put up.
I need a windscreen for a spit screen for my computer. So we got hole 6 here up on the screen.